So if you didn't know, we just hit 500 subscribers, and over a long period of time, we've collected and made tons of stuff, random stuff. Like, what even is half this stuff? But basically, we are going to be going through it all. So yeah, we're gonna have to sort through all this, which is like 93% bigger than me since I'm a literal 2-year-old in a basement. So with a quick transition, this will all be gone. And there we go. That definitely didn't take a really long time or anything. Well, now we're just going to all destroy it all so that we can do the showcase. Okay, boring stuff first. We already showed all this in the previous showcase, so we're just going to speed through this. We have ones, 5s, a couple more ones, a 5 and a 10. Now on to Pikmin. Now we have 3 blues, medium quality, 3 yellows, medium quality, 3 reds, medium quality. And don't ask why it still has this on. It just, yeah, we kind of got too lazy to take its costume off. But yes, this is a flower. So we have rock number 1, rock number 2. This one has it cut off, so we are gonna make it custom, but we haven't done that yet. We have rock flower. Now on to pinks. We have pink leaf. We have pink flower. We have pink bud. And we have the whites, white leaf. And we have 2 white flowers, and we actually can't find our bud right now. Yeah, just speeding through all this. We have all 4 purples, 1 still in a costume for my dad videos. We have the 2 captains, and we also have a couple of bomb rocks. And on to some custom-made Pikmin related stuff. We start with the Fiddlebird. We're gonna make a way better one. And then we have the Ice and Glow, which this side turned out absolutely great. This side, it's kind of a bit dirty. We don't really know what happened. Yeah, the glow-in-the-dark fabric paint we used, I don't think we used it right. But anyways, now we have the Ice Pikmin. We forgot to put its flower on. Again, we're gonna order a real version of this. Now, only like a long time ago, before we had to take down some of our videos for copyright reasons, we had this whole Christmas one, and in it we had a Pikmin gingerbread. So yeah, as you can see, it's very well made for a custom. Its arm got bitten off, but yeah, it's great. And last but not least, we have our custom guy. I forgot the name of it completely. Anyways, we have a very real, 100% real, not clickbait, totally awesome moose. It actually looks very good for a knockoff. We also, totally not knockoff. We also have sheer grubs. Okay, a few of these are before we knew how to make them actually look good. So here are the male ones. This is the only one with like the good mandibles. We have 2 female. We don't talk about this one. We have these 2 green ones, great, fine looking, into the corner with you. Then we have the flying shearwig. It looks absolutely awesome. I really like it. We also have the McNugget. Oh, and also it fits perfectly in the eye of the. Well, you'll see it later. Next for the blowhogs. So, we have the classic fire and water blowhog. We even added these things in their feet so that it's kind of like weights, and they stand up very nicely. They're overall really good. Into the hole with you. Next, we have this guy, Ice One. This one, it's better than those 2. It's absolutely great. Can't see any of the stitch lines or anything. Awesome. Into the hole. Finally, we have the tusked blowhog. Again, great. Very great. It's just overall awesome. I love it. Yeah, okay, this is getting boring. I'm saying. Now for some fan favorites, bread bugs. I really like bread bugs. I think they're just weird, funny things. And I really like the glare we put in its eyes. Anyways, on to the now bread bug. Wait, the last one was a curve. Anyways, it's pretty good. There are just a few holes that need to be stitched up. But other than that, average grit. And finally, giant bread bug, my favorite. It has everything the last ones had, but like better. It's awesome. Only problem is this one little hole. But other than that, it's completely fine. Now, next with the Bulbors, we have probably one of my favorite enemy plushes and pretty much the only. But I just love to take this thing and just play with it however. Make it look dumb. Like, why not? So this one, we kind of messed up a bit making it. But otherwise than that and the lips, it looks pretty good. And moving on to its bigger version, we have this one. This is one of my favorite custom plushes we have made. It just overall, I really loved the front and just the face. There are just a few things, the toes and the lips. But other than that, it's awesome. Now, into the corner with you. Some of the baby ones we forgot to do. They both are pretty much identical, just with different, different materials. But other than that, they are almost identical to each other. And yeah, and last and definitely least, yeah, this thing. I'm just gonna say it definitely didn't turn out well. The back and everything is fine, but the front and the face, anyways. Oh, also, an even littler baby, we have the larva, which I don't know how you can mess up on this, so it turned out good. So far, this is the pit. We're like only halfway. How big is this gonna get? Starting off, next, we have the Wollywog, and it's a younger version. This one turned out pretty good. The one thing that bothers me, though, is the fact that these kind of just, don't connect at the end. But other than that, awesome. And with its younger version, again, it's awesome. You can't really mess up on it. Very easy. We might make a tutorial on it in the future if you guys want one. So, yeah. Oh, and for making it for this far into the video, you just got poisoned, Weevil. Now that I have this out, I should, I guess, just review it. So, yeah, I really like what we did with these beads to make the extra mandibles. And overall, it's pretty easy to make. These are just pretty much cardboard tubes filling it. So yeah, and overall it's one of my personal favorite plushes. I kind of just realized that I've said pretty much every plush is my favorite. Anyway, next we have this dude. So under the armor, he looks very, very good. The legs came out very well. And also, when you put the armor on, right? Let's say that you want another type. Well, then you'd have to make a whole new armor. But instead, we figured out that if you just flip it inside out, you can have a whole nother armor type just like that. Now, last few enemies before the bosses, and you're probably going to skip over this just so you can see the bosses. But we need to make this video longer anyways. So first we have this dude, flings a massive ball. He's pretty good. Our first one, yeah, we just connected with a magnet so that it stays on very nicely. Our first one did not, it was okay, let's just say. Next up is the flying sushi ball. Now, one of its thingies on its head is kind of missing. So, yeah. And then, yeah, we tried to glue it on for even the arms, too. Because of how light it is, the Pikmin are kind of heavier, so we don't want the arms to fall off. But the glue's kind of faded. And for this, we used, these little twisty tie things or whatever they're called, so that it could pick up Pikmin. And yes, sorry guys, I got a bit carried away. It's just we didn't make America great again. I mean, anyway, so yeah, here are some skitter leaves. Yep, great, they look great. Just from the bottom, you can kind of see these things in the glue, so yeah. And then we also have the dead version of it in dry spots. This one turned out really well. Kind of. But yeah. Anyways, last two things and then it's bosses. So this is the spectro lids. Yeah, some of these are more like craft projects and like sew-in, but they turned out fine. They're just kind of like moths. This is the unmarked one. We also have this kind. And yeah, overall, they're pretty much just moths. This one also has, and then if you're wondering how we got the wings to stay up, on the back we just use like burnt pipe cleaners, and they keep the wings up pretty good. And again, I'm gonna say this is more of just a craft project than a sewing project. Anyways, on to bosses. And starting out strong, we have the Plasm Wraith. Now, this gold felt stuff was actually really hard to find, but overall, I'm really glad how the legs connected, and it's really nice. The inside is just like a cardboard tube. We honestly could have done better on some parts in the back. There are just a few stitching things here that we didn't quite finish, but other than that, it's a very high quality custom made thing. And speaking of, remember that old shear grub we had? Well, you know that hole in its head? Well, if you kind of just yeah, now the Plasm Wraith has an eye. Yep, this is how it should look. Kind of. Guys, it hit the door. It didn't make it to the hole. We, you know, we probably shouldn't have thrown the Plasm Wraith, but, who cares? Anything for the video. So we got those nice tattoos, and we have the Sharpied on toes, all the rage these days. And I know you're thinking, hey, this isn't a boss, but, like, who says it's not a boss, you know? Like, it's big. I mean, okay, now the bad things about it. This curve was just a bit too big, and we should have probably used some felt. And the only other thing that's wrong is there's just like the connection of the arms. But other than that, we got these great big fat arms, which we actually stuffed really nicely. And yeah, that's about all. So that was the Mamuda, which is now in the hole. But anyways, next up we have the armored cannon beetle, which we have never ever shown in a single video. Okay, so this one turned out okay. The mouth comes out a bit too much, but that's not too bad. But then the legs don't curve like they should. And then we tried the pipe cleaner strategy, and it works okay. They're just really visible. We probably should have used a darker one instead of like a neon color. But yeah, and then there's these little magnets so they stay on, but you can also take them off. So yeah, this thing, usually when you see it in the game, it's a boss, it's evil. But when you stand it upright, seeing it on its legs, it just looks happy, like it wants to play patty cake too. Okay, so basically, we have this weird random boss, kind of just came out of nowhere. It's kind of chunky and the legs are kind of scrawny, but the body is pretty good. And we also made some armor for it. Armor stuff, or that stuff that it hides under. So yeah. The eyes turned out well, along with the body. Awesome. The only part is that it's kind of chunky and yeah, the shell should have been made of clear fabric, but I mean like part clear, but that's not a thing, I don't think. We nailed the bald spots though, absolutely nailed it. Anyways, on to how about a better quality one. So this is the armored Maudad. We made it pretty big and long, which is absolutely great. But these legs are really short. But other than that, it's really great. We have all these custom armor pieces that can just easily come off and on. And even on them, we added these little mandible things. And we even added a space in the mouth. Yeah, the mouth and the leg are the only bad parts. Other than that, it's a great quality custom boss. It's also a heavy weapon. Oh! Now, the puff stool. Let me go get the mushroom. So this puff stool turned out really good, along with the mushroom Pikmin. Very good. We made another one of these, but it turned out terrible. It's really easy to make, and under this, all we did is like one of those coffee can things. But yeah, I also really like how we made these like antenna thingies. I have no idea what they're called. So imagine you're just a friendly Pikmin walking around. You see this, you're like, oh, what is this? So you decide you're gonna touch it. Wham! That was a terrible cut. All of a sudden, you're a mushroom. All of a sudden, you're a mushroom Pikmin. Oh, what a shame, what a shame. Yeah, we forgot an enemy, the arachnode. It's kind of like a boss. For the web, however, we just used yarn. Then we used the same trick of keeping the leaves up with pipe cleaners underneath. And it looks really great from above, too, when you can't see the pipe cleaners. So we have the Scornet boss. We made it too big, we think. Here's a pink Pikmin for scale. Wait, Oh, wait, there are multiple of these. Then where's the big one? Oh, here. Okay, here's the real one. Now, this has actually got this cool jaw, this cool thing down its side, and it has, like, better, cooler looking wings. Even has these legs. So, yeah, these are actually tins. But, yeah, it's pretty good. It's not our best, but we're only going to really have one appearance with it, so, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, yes, throw it into the pit, along with its kids. Anyway, so next we have the Burrowing Snagrit, which is one of our first bosses that we made, and it turned out super well for a first boss. It was one of my first big projects, so there are some holes that I have to patch up and stuff. But other than that, it's awesome. We have awesome detail on the eye. The beak's pretty good. I like how we used a different material so that it seems like a whole new texture. And yeah, there's just a little hole on the beak and stuff, but for a first boss, pretty much, it is awesome. Into the hole. Anyways, now we have this dude. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he's from Hey Pikmin. Yeah, he mind controls people, things. We had a video about this. It's like gone now. Anyways, yeah, there's nothing to show. It's small. You can't mess it up. That's it. Goodbye. Okay, now finishing off strong, we have the water ray. The back roller kind of lost the thing that attaches it to its feet, so yeah, it doesn't have a back roller right now. But it's super smooth. It looks pretty good. The body, I really love the shape. The shape overall turned out really good. And yeah, it's a great made boss. It's one of our newer ones, though. And yeah, it's pretty good. So that's going to end the video. Alright guys, now here's the pile. Now I'm going to be jumping in this right now, so let me get a running head start. Okay guys, yeah, y'all probably remember the face reveal. I'm a bit deflated. Yeah, I have these floating hand servants, yep. And I'm always angry, but anyways, I gotta get a running head start into the pit.